John from up at camp. Um, I am going to read a couple of stories, and if this is interesting or something that you guys want to see more of, either of these books or any of these books, let us know. Hope everybody's doing okay, and hope this is at least entertaining enough for a few minutes. Thanks. This book is called The Ghost Next Door. It's part of R.L. Stine's Goosebumps series, called Goosebumps because of the terror and the shivers. This book will be so scary. So, you've been warned. Hannah wasn't sure which had awakened her, the brittle crackling sounds or the bright yellow flames. She sat straight up in bed and stared in wide-eyed horror at the fire that surrounded her. Flames rippled across her dresser. The burning wallpaper curled and then melted. The door of her closet had burned away, and she could see the fire leaping from shelf to shelf. Even the mirror was on fire. Hannah could see her reflection, dark behind the wall of flickering flames. The fire moved quickly to fill the room. Hannah began to choke on the thick, sour smoke. It was too late to scream, but she screamed anyway. How nice to find out that it was only a dream. Hannah sat up in bed, her heart pounding, her mouth as dry as cotton. No crackling flames, no leaping swirls of yellow and orange, no choking smoke. All a dream, a horrible dream. So real, but a dream. Wow, that was really scary. Hannah muttered to herself and sank back on her pillow and waited for her heart to stop thudding so hard in her chest. She raised her gray blue eyes to the ceiling, stared at the cool whiteness of it. Hannah could still picture the black charred ceiling, the curling wallpaper, the flames tossing in front of the mirror. At least my dreams aren't boring, she told herself. And kicking off the light blanket, she glanced at her desk clock. Only 8:15. How could it only be 8:15, she wondered. I feel as if I've been sleeping forever. What day is it anyway? It was hard to keep track of these summer days. One seemed to meld into another. Hannah was having a lonely summer. Most of her friends had gone away on family vacations or to camp. There was so little for a 12-year-old to do in a small town like Greenwood Falls. She read a lot of books and watched a lot of TV and rode her bike around town looking for someone to hang out with. Boring. But today Hannah climbed out of bed with a smile on her face. She was alive. Her house had not burned down. She had not been trapped inside the crackling wall of flames. Hannah pulled on a pair of day-glow green shorts and a bright orange sleeveless top. Her parents were always teasing her about being colorblind. Give me a break. What is the big deal if I like bright colors? She always replied. Bright colors, like the flames around her bed. Hey, Dream, get lost, she muttered, and she ran a hairbrush quickly through her short blonde hair, then headed down the hall to the kitchen. She could smell the eggs and bacon frying on the stove. Good morning, everyone, Hannah chirped happily. She was even happy to see Bill and Herb, her 6-year-old twin brothers. Pests, the noisiest nuisances in all of Greenwood Falls. They were tossing a blue rubber ball across the breakfast table. How many times do I have to tell you? No ball playing in the house, Mrs. Fairchild called, turning away from the stove to scold them. A million, said Bill. Herb laughed. Herb thought Bill was hilarious. They both thought that they were a riot. Hannah stepped behind her mother and wrapped her in a tight hug around the waist. Hannah, stop, her mother cried. I nearly knocked over the eggs. Hannah, stop. Hannah, stop. The twins imitated their mother. The ball bounced off of Herb's plate, rebounded off the wall, and flew onto the stove, inches from the frying pan. Nice shot, Ace, Hannah teased. The twins laughed their high-pitched laughs. Mrs. Fairchild spun around and frowned. If the ball goes in the frying pan, you're going to eat it with your eggs, she threatened, shook her fork at them. This made the boys laugh even harder. They're in goofy moods today, said Hannah. She smiled. She had a dimple in one cheek when she smiled. When are they ever in serious moods? Her mother demanded, tossing the ball into the hallway. Well, I am in a great mood today, Hannah declared, gazing out the window at the cloudless blue sky. Her mother stared at her suspiciously. How come? Hannah shrugged. I just am. She didn't feel like telling her mother about her nightmare, about how good it felt just to be alive. Where's Dad? She asked. He went to work early, said Mrs. Fairchild, turning the bacon with a fork. Some of us don't get the entire summer off, she added. What are you going to do today, Hannah? Hannah opened the refrigerator and pulled out a carton of orange juice. The usual, I guess. Just hang out. I'm sorry you're having such a boring summer, her mom said, sighing. We just didn't have the money to send you to camp. Maybe next summer. That's okay, Mom, Hannah replied gratefully. I'm having an okay summer, really. She turned to the twins. How do you guys like those ghost stories last night? Not scary, Herb quickly replied. Not scary at all. Your ghost stories are dumb, Bill added. You guys looked pretty scared to me, Hannah said. We were pretending, said Herb. She held the orange juice up. Want some? Does it have pulp in it? Asked Herb. Hannah pretended to read the carton. Yes, it says 100% pulp. I hate pulp, Herb declared. Me too, Bill agreed, making a face. It was not the first time that they had had a breakfast discussion about pulp. Can't you buy orange juice without pulp? Bill asked their mother. Can't you strain it for us? Herb asked Hannah. Can I have apple juice instead? Bill asked. I don't want juice, I just want milk, Herb decided. Normally this discussion would have made Hannah scream, but today she reacted calmly. One apple juice, one milk, coming up, she said cheerfully. You really are in a good mood this morning, her mother commented. Hannah handed Bill his apple juice, and he promptly spilled it. After breakfast, Hannah helped her mother clean up the kitchen. Nice day, Mrs. Fairchild said, peering out the window. Not a cloud in the sky. It's supposed to get up to 90. Hannah laughed. Her mother was always giving weather reports. Maybe I'll go for a long bike ride before it gets really hot, she told her mother. She stepped out the back door and took a deep breath. The warm air smelled sweet and fresh. She watched two yellow and red butterflies fluttering side by side over the flower garden. She took a few steps across the grass toward the garage, and from somewhere down the block, she could hear the low drone of a power mower. Ah, Hannah gazed up at the clear blue sky. The sun felt so warm on her face. Hey, look out! An alarmed voice cried. Hannah felt a sharp pain in her back, and she uttered a frightened gasp as she fell to the ground. End of chapter 1.